The last full-time day job that I had before I did this is I worked out at the Pittsburgh International Airport. I was a pilot, and why the fuck is that funny? Why I wasn't a pilot, but I could be a pilot. My mom said I could be a pilot. Okay, I wasn't a pilot. I was one of those dudes in the dirty yellow vest that threw your luggage too hard, you know? You know, like when you get to Myrtle Beach and you're like, why are all my clothes covered in my hair conditioner? This guy, right? And why did I do it? It was 5 a.m. You were going on vacation. I had to work. It didn't feel fair. So I was a little pissed. But when I worked out at this job, I worked with one of the worst people that you could ever have on a staff. And I call them a lot of people don't know that guys, right? Where like that's their phrase they say because they just speak in facts because they want you to know how smart they are at all times. Like he would say things, he'd be like, yeah, you know, it actually rains more in Pittsburgh than it does in Seattle. A lot of people don't know that. Like, yeah, a lot of people also don't give a shit about climates in cities they don't live in, right? Like, so you can just holster that little factoid. But one day I made the mistake of engaging him. Me and him, we were going out to do a job in bad weather. So we put on like this company issued rain gear, and we hop into the car, and I do one of those corny work guy things. You know what I'm talking about? Like those like work phrases, you know, where I was like, another day of paradise, Janine. You know, like that, like, you know, like, I just living the dream, right? Like that shit. But I was that guy anytime I worked anywhere. That was the only way I could get through it. I was like playing the part, you know, where I would say like, hey, I'd complain, but who would listen, right? Maybe a therapist and stop talking to me at work, right? Like I was that guy. And I made the mistake of doing one of those cheesy things when me and him get into the car to go work on this job. I go, hey, Sean, these raincoats, they're not built for comfort, huh? Yeah, I regret it too. But he responds with this. He goes, yeah, these are about as comfortable as a condom that doesn't fit. You know that old saying? About as comfortable as a condom that doesn't fit? No, you don't. Yeah, because it's not a thing that people say to each other at work. So I gave him a response that most of the normal people that are in this room right now would understand meant, I don't want to have this conversation. So I just go, yeah. He doesn't pick up on the cue. He's like, yep, lifestyles from Walmart. Don't buy them. Bastards pop right off. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What did that guy wake up that morning and the first thing that came to his head was, that guy Ray at work who, God, is an acquaintance at best. Today I'm going to let him know just how big my penis is. But how do I do it? Son of a bitch better not bring up raincoats. I got a perfect transition for that. This guy starts talking to me about condoms for 15 minutes while we're driving. 15 minutes. And I'm just completely silent until finally he says something to wake the beast. He says, you know Trojan Magnums, the big ones? They're actually the same size as the regular Trojans. It's all just an ego thing. They come off the same conveyor belt and everything. A lot of people don't know that. That's when I had to jump in. I was like, yeah, dude, a lot of people don't know that because it's not true. And how do I know that it's not true for a fact? Is I went to college, contrary to everything you've heard me talk about here tonight. And my first week in the student union, they gave us free condoms. They had all the different condoms lined up on this table, just a buffet to choose from, right? So what I did is I grabbed both of those types of condoms, the regular and the Magnum, and I took them back to my dorm room. And although I wasn't a science major, I did some experiments. I know. And I found out that day that one of those condoms fits, the other also fits my balls. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that, so. But now you guys do. Hey, thank you so much, man. You have been so much fun tonight.